Come make the Greek version of meat with orzo and red sauce. Kritharaiki mikreas. Take one piece of ribeye. You don't need specifically ribeye. You can use any meat, chuck roast, filet mignon, whatever you have in the fridge. I just have ribeye right now, so that's what I'm using. I personally like to cut out the fat. That's only because my kids don't like it. If this is not for kids, keep the fat, it gives it extra flavor. Cut them in cubes like this. Put one onion inside of your mini blender. Every time I post this blender, I get so many questions. I'm sorry, I always yell because my kids are loud in the back, so I don't know if you can hear me. But then I walk back and I'm like, why am I yelling? I like to add a little bit of water and then puree it. Every time I post this, people ask me so many questions about it. It's linked on my Amazon storefront. It's just a mini blender and I always use it to blend up the onions. I don't like to chop up my onions because I don't like chunks of onions in my food, neither do my kids. So I'll always blend anything that I put. I'm also actually gonna add 1 carrot in too. I've never added a carrot to my kritharaiki mikreas, but I've seen other people do it, and whenever I can add veggies that my kids don't know about, I'm gonna do it. I like to use a hitra. I didn't always use a hitra. A hitra is a pressure cooker. That's what it's called in Greek. And it's been the best thing that I've ever done. Your food cooks so much quicker. The meat is so tender, so fast. I'll show you guys how to use it, but if you don't have one of these, it's okay. You're just gonna have your meat boil in the sauce with the water for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half longer, until it's like falling down. I'll show you when it's done. I'm gonna add a bunch of olive oil to cover the bottom of the pan. I was actually sent this olive oil by Malone Lave. Really good, I like it. You're gonna throw in your carrot with your onions. If you don't wanna add a carrot, that's okay. You can just add your 1 onion. Let's cook down a bit. I'm gonna take this off actually and put it in a bowl. I should have sauteed the meat first, but I'm distracted with my son, so I didn't, but that's okay, because we're just gonna put this aside now. I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil, and then I'm gonna add my meat in. Once it browns on the one side, flip it over. Okay, once it has a good color like this on each side, I'm gonna add back in my veggies. I'm gonna add 2 cups of water and then half a can of strained tomatoes. So I'm gonna do about half this jar. We're gonna wait for that to come to a boil, mix it all together. I'm also gonna add salt. I'm gonna add about 3 or 4 peppercorns. Now, people also like to add a cinnamon stick or like nutmeg to this. I don't do that. You can if you want to. As that starts boiling, I'm gonna shut the lid. Now that I shut the lid, I'm gonna wait for this to go all the way up. Once this goes all the way up, I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. And then I'm gonna turn it off and leave it alone for 15 minutes until that goes all the way down. If you do not have a pressure cooker, once again, it's okay. Just let the sauce with the meat boil for like an hour to an hour and a half, and then I'll show you what the meat should look like. That rose all the way up, so I'm gonna set my timer. Also setting this to a 7. As my 15-minute timer just went off, I'm gonna turn it off, and then I'm gonna set it aside. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes since I took it off the heat. Ooh, looks amazing. Let's look. Look at that. You see how it's falling apart? That's exactly what you want. Okay, now I'm gonna put the kritharaiki in, which is the orzo. I like this Greek brand Misko. I get it from Recipiata. You can use my link for 10% off in my bio. Now, there's 2 ways you can make this. You can add the kritharaiki in right now and then just put it in the oven. They call that yuvetsi. I just make it on the stove top and make it like kritharaiki mikreas and just let it cook on its own. And I find that it's less dry when you do it like this. I feel like in the oven, it's more dry. I'm gonna add about 1 cup of orzo. Mix that all around. 1.5 cups of water. Let that come to a boil. You wanna make sure your orzo doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And then I'm gonna cover it with a cap and let that cook a little bit, but you still wanna check on it because it will stick to the bottom. Okay, you guys, so it's mostly cooked. I've been stirring it every like 5 minutes for about 15 minutes, I wanna say, just so it doesn't stick to the bottom. I'm gonna turn it off. Again, make sure it's not stuck to the bottom and let it do its thing. The orzo will rise and completely cook. It's been about 10 minutes with the cap closed. This is perfect. Like, I love that the sauce is still in there. Look how delicious this looks. I'm telling you, one of the best meals, my kid's favorite meal ever. Guys, I added a little bit of feta and some hot sauce. And try it with me. I'm telling you, you have to make this.